E4, yes. Number one element of E4 is experiment, attitude of experiment, attitude of trying something new. And that doesn't happen without experimenting, you know that, guys. Let me share a good story with you. Once there was a king. Now this king had a very good name, fame, goodwill in his kingdom, in his society. People loved him, people adored him. One fine day, they started something called communal violence. When there's a violence, where there's a conflict between people, between groups, based on the religion, that's called communal violence. All right. And as they passed by, the communal violence went intense. The king tried everything from his point of view, from his angle, to stop this communal violence, but then everything went in vain. He called the minister and told him, I want you to do something about this communal violence. Now the minister said, my lord, when you have done your best, what am I? He said, no, all my ideas have failed. Now it's on you to do it. You are the minister, you are equally responsible for this society, for this kingdom. People are dying. So after a day, the minister comes and tells the king, I'm definitely going to give my ideas and thoughts on it, but then I have some conditions. He says, first, I am not going to stay in this kingdom till the time I come out with an idea. Number two, I need 30 days of time. If you want a solution, you'll have to give me. On the 30th day, the minister walked into the court. The king asked, come on, you have taken 30 days of my time. I need a concrete plan that can stop this communal violence. The minister said, yes, my lord. And the minister, when he walked into the court, he had a huge bag with him that he put on his shoulder. He said, what is that idea? He opened the bag. He took out a huge mirror where an entire person can see themselves from top to bottom, from the toe to till head. He said, what is this? The minister said, my lord, this is a mirror. He said, my lord, this is going to solve the problem. He said, come on, this is going to solve it. Come on, give me a strategy. I don't play with me. He said, no, I'm not playing with you, sir. He said, this is a magical mirror. And all I would request you is place this right in the middle of the kingdom and send our messengers across every nook and corner, east, west, north, south, every nook and corner, every single person in this kingdom, young, old, male, female, everybody should come and stand before the mirror, looking eye to eye, heart to heart, in their own image, in the mirror. The king did whatever told by the minister. The messengers went across, spreading the news that there is a mirror right in the middle of the kingdom. When this was done, the entire society, the entire kingdom was split into 3-4 groups. Some believed that a mirror can change the mindset a mirror can change the problem in the society, because that is what the king believed, that is what the minister believed. And they had a belief on the belief of the king and the minister. Second set of people, they never believed. They said, come on, a mirror, it cannot change this particular issue, it cannot change this communal violence, it cannot change the status of the society. The third set of people, very few in numbers, but then this set of people are the people who made the differences, who started with the differences. They were called the experimenters. Now, what was this experiment? This experiment is when they stood before the mirror, looking eye to eye, heart to heart. They understood that the issue in the society, it's not just pop up somewhere. It is the mindset of people. It's the mindset of people that has come up from. They started understanding that religion is not more than humankind. So it's an internal conscience. It's an internal apparatus. It's an internal mindset. It's an internal attitude. This is the first point, the most important point. Be an experimenter in life. All right, the second point is exposure. When we understand something, when we learn something, when we know something, exposure. For me, exposure is understanding this world. For me, exposure is understanding the Western countries. For me, exposure is putting ourselves in those situations from which we learn. This experiment gives us that exposure for us to know a lot about business, about life, about culture, about career, about opportunities, everything. Now this exposure gives birth to that experience. Experience is the biggest book kept in the life of library. Any big person in today's world who has come up in the limelight, who has earned that name, fame, goodwill, earned that money for themselves, understand something? They have grown sheer by their experience in life. So do not forget that exposure, second point, and that experience, third point, that experience, which is the most important element out of this 4E4. All right, okay, so the last point of the fourth point, excellence. You experiment to build your exposure, you build your exposure to gain your experience, you gain your experience to unleash yourself from your excellence. People who settle for ordinary in life, who targets for ordinary in life, who sets a goal for ordinary in life, they land up being a mediocre. Life can give you enormous. All you got to do is you got to ask for that, you got to work for that, you got to prepare yourself for that. And once you build that exposure, when you get your exposure and you build that experience, you enhance yourself from within, you sharpen yourself from within, that excellence comes out of within. Try to reach at the best of your career, try to be the best in whatever you're doing. Here I would like to give you the example of Nokia, Apple, and today's market leader, Samsung. There was a time when Nokia started with the mobile phone, Motorola started with the mobile phone. But today, the market leader is Apple and Samsung. Why? Because they have experimented to learn about the market, to learn about customer preference, to learn about customer choices, to learn about customer preferences. They've experienced. They are that excellence. Today, no one can beat Apple. No one can beat those unique gadgets of Samsung. They have changed their face through these 4 processes. Do not forget this E4. If you can imbibe it within yourself, learn this process, go ahead with this process. Take my word, my dear. Take my word, folks. You are going to be at the top of your life. So thank you so much. Do not forget. You can change your life from my channel. You can change your life through my videos. You can change your life hearing to my talk, speeches, and my preaching. Like, share, and yes, be with me. Thank you.